Hey everybody, welcome to How to Install Your First WordPress Blog, brought to you by OdinSpark.com. Just want to thank you all for purchasing this video. Just so you know, this video is a 1 in a 3-part series, so make sure you pick up part 2 and part 3 if you want to learn a little more. But basically part 1 we're going to go over is basically how to do an installation, how to configure your WordPress blog, and how to get everything basically set up and ready to go. Now, I know you're wondering, well, why am I looking at a white screen? It's okay. I'm not really going to be going into anything right yet. I just want to just give you a couple of things before we get started. One, if you have this video and you're watching it, what we're taking for granted is that you already have purchased a website address from a place like GoDaddy.com, and you're currently looking for a web host, someone to actually host your website. Now, I know GoDaddy offers web hosting, but I would shy against it. I prefer other people. Just my personal preference, but it's up to you. Who do I prefer? I use one-on-one hosting. There's one-on-onehost.com and HostGator.com. Don't worry about the links and everything. The links will be provided below the video, or it will be in the actual attachment that comes with the video, depending on how you purchased it. Anyways, what you can do is just go to the site, you make a purchase, and you talk to the people, and they'll be more than happy to show you how to park your domain and get everything set up. So once you get a hold of them and they park your domain, we'll go ahead and move on to the next step. Now, before we move on, I just want to give you one little piece of information on why I actually gave you those 2 website addresses. The reason behind it is I find them to be the best of the best. They have 24-hour support. They have chat room support where you can log into a chat room, talk to somebody, you can call somebody, email. They have web forums. I feel for the price they give you a lot of things, and what we're about to do right now is what they call we're going to do installation from the C panel or control panel. Some web hosts actually charge extra for control panel. I did not see that neither one of them charge extra at the time this video was made, so because of that, I prefer to go with them. They give you a lot of freebies. There's a lot of things they give your way, and I would really much so want to get this. Now, I know that different web hosts offer different packages. I say for you right now, get just the basic web hosting package. Normally are less than $5. Some are about $5, $8. So it's not really that big of a deal. And the reason behind it is that this is your first blog. You're really not going to be expected to get millions and millions of hits. It's like the day you start. What you want to do is just move into it gradually. The reason is that if you're not making any money off the blog, why would you spend $20 a month on service when $5 a month gives you everything that you need? So with all that being said, recap. Make sure you don't get the most expensive plan. Get one of the cheaper plans they offer. Make sure you get a good site that has around-the-clock service and actually has a control panel. And also, because we're doing a WordPress site, make sure that it has PHP enabled. Most web hosts, when you call them up and you tell me what service, you say, hey, I'm trying to host a WordPress site, and they can tell you yes or no if they can do a WordPress site. It's fairly simple. So let's move on to the next piece. Alright, so we're assuming that you are logged into your control panel here, and now that you're logged into your control panel, you want to look for this area here. It's known as Software and Services. The reason why is that you have this thing called Fantastico Deluxe, and you have Quick Install. Most hosts, such as the HostGator and one-on-one host that I was talking about earlier, come with this for free. This is a webmaster's dream. This basically eliminates 100% of all the hassle, the hair pulling, and just trying to figure out how to get the website to work. I would highly recommend that you actually go this route than actually going out and downloading and all this other stuff. Because remember, here at OdinSpark.com, we're trying to teach you how to do it the easiest way possible. Most webmasters and guys who do this kind of things, they try to make you feel like it's like really difficult stuff, pulling and all these things together. But this is real simple. You just click here on the Quick Installs button, and then you're going to see this thing right here. It says WordPress. Click on WordPress, and then from there it's going to ask you if you want to do the installation. And you want to just click Continue right here. And after you click on Continue, it's going to pull up the website. So our fake website that we're building for today is called demo.odenspark.com. Now it's going to ask you to put in an admin email, blog title, first name, last name. We can change all that after the fact, so don't worry. It's not one of those things that once you set it, it's never going to be able to be changed. We're going to be able to change it. Now here's the thing. Right here where it says admin email, please use an email address that you actually have access to. If you have a Gmail account, a Hotmail account, anything, just try to set it up to an email address that you actually have access to. The reason behind it is that the way Quick Install works, once the installation's done, it's going to send login credentials to your actual machine address that you gave it. So if you give it something like, fakeguy@fakeguy.com, and you don't have access to that email, you've just blown away that installation. And it's a lot more work to undo everything that you just did. So we're going to go ahead and put in some real information here, and we're going to go ahead and send it off. So just hold tight, and next thing you're going to see is us moving into the very next step, which is receiving the email. So here it is. I logged into the site, and it mailed me this information. There's demo.odenspark.com. My username is admin, and this is my password. Don't worry. Just want to copy that, so highlight it, right click, and go copy. Once you copy it, then you'll be able to go into your website, just log in a lot easier. So do not use my password. It's my own personal password. And as a side note, for those of you who are actually following along with me, didn't that installation go pretty fast? Now watch what we're about to do here. You got a little link here on top. That's going to be your website. Click on that link. That link's going to open you up to a website. It's basically going to be yours, but it's going to be very plain. It doesn't even look like anything you would want to go to. And it's going to say at the very top whatever the title is. So I did not another demo, and then it says just another WordPress site. Don't worry. All this is basic. This is a very grassroots like WordPress site, but we're going to make it look really nice. So you're going to go up to the top, and you're going to add WP-admin, which is basically WordPress admin. Okay, so right here, you're going to go ahead and click on admin, so A-D-M-I-N. And we're just going to put in that ridiculous long password they gave me. So once you log in, it's going to pop up asking you to remember. Do not remember it. Do not remember it at all. And the reason behind it is we're about to change it. So here it is. This is your WordPress site. Not so scary looking, right? It says howdy admin. So what you can do is you can go here and you can go to your profile. So click where it says howdy admin, click on your profile. From there you have the username, which is set as admin. Then you can change your password, not password, but you can change your first name, your last name, and your nickname. So once you change your nickname, you can then go here and then change it to whatever you want. So let's say I don't want it to be called admin, I want it to be called See? Now I can either choose from admin or Odin. So it all depends on how you want to be done. If you go a little bit further down here, you have all your other information, your email address. You can do a quick bio of yourself. But here it is. It already knows that you're logged in, so it already assumes you know your password. So we're just going to put a new password in. And I put in my password. It tells you it's medium. I mean, you can make your password one character if you choose to. I just choose a little more difficult so I can, just not have so many people just hack into my website. So once you update it, you now have the new password. So let's take a look at WordPress, shall we? Once we change the password, I'm just going to give you a quick run through of the dashboard. Now, when you first do the install, it's going to offer you to use this thing called Jetpack. Jetpack is alright. To me, I know of third-party apps that run a lot better than Jetpack, so in the next video I'm going to show you how to disable it and install some really good apps. But let's go ahead and move on past this. This is what's going on right now. I have one post, one page, one category. I have no tags. I got one comment, which is the hello world from Mr. WordPress, and it's approved. Quick Press is basically like if you quickly log in and you want to make like a quick blog post, you can type out Hopefully I spelled that right. So anyways, you can either save it as a draft, which will allow you to go back and change it later. You can reset and just clear that all out. You can publish it if you want to publish to your page. And also you have these little buttons here to add an image, add a video, add audio, and add like random media. A little bit further down, these are your drafts. So let's say that you wrote a blog post and you read it and you go, okay, I want to proofread this, so let me save it as a draft. Later on we'll show you where to save as a draft, but once you save it as a draft, it's going to show here as recent drafts, and it's going to be listed, so you can actually click on it and go, okay, I want to make it published now, and you can actually change it from being a listed to a published blog post. You have the WordPress blog, which is actually WordPress.com, that tells you about all the latest updates. You have the plugins area that tells you about all the latest plugins. You don't really have to install every plugin that comes across. You just choose to do it. And then incoming links, it tells you like what's going on with blog searches and stuff. And then other WordPress news from other WordPress sites. Honestly, this looks very busy. You're only going to need to worry about right now, quick press, recent drafts, and recent comments. Everything else, you can choose to pay attention to it or not. But let's move on to doing our first blog post. So what you're going to do is go over here to the side where it says post, and you're going to click on it. Now you're going to see all these things here. The hello world post, it's going to say it was posted by admin, it's uncategorized, no tags, and you got one comment, and then the date. So what do we do from here? Well, at the very top there is add new, which also adds a post, and you have add new over here, which also adds a post. So you click on add new. When you click on add new, it's going to give you your very first blog post. You have your standard format, aside, link, gallery, status, quote, image, and you can basically just click that to assign it to whatever you want it to be over here. If you want to add an image, you can just simply click this button. It'll bring up your add an image thing. So you can actually click here, hit select files, you can select an image, go from URL, and you can actually copy the actual address to an image. So I'm going to copy address to image because I don't feel like doing an image. Let's do Subaru. Press it. So let's say I'm doing a post about Subaru Imprezas. I like them so much. I go over here, I see a couple of blog posts. It's like, oh yeah, that looks like the engine that I was trying to talk about. So you click on it, right? Well, if you right-click on it, most of your web browsers will give you an ability to copy the image's location. So you do copy, go back to your web page, right here in the image URL, and hit paste. And there it is. That's where the image is located on the internet. And then you just do Subaru image, and then from there you can insert it into the blog. And there it is. It's hosted on the website of the person that you just came from, but it's posted to your website. So some people actually don't prefer doing this. They rather keep all their images local. You can do that too. If you want to do all your images local, you can simply save it, and then from here select the select files area, and then you can select the image, kind of like when you make an attachment, you know, on your email accounts and everything. So from there, I'm going to go ahead and type my first blog post. Alright, so I wrote down I love Subarus, title is Subaru Power, and this is the permanent link. Permanent link actually allows you to have a permanent link to the actual topic. So instead of telling people, go to my blog, and then go to this, and go to this, what you can do is just simply just copy that link, and then you can email it to people. It's very simple, and it makes it a whole lot easier. And as you can see, we have no categories. We're going to get into that a little bit later in another video. But there we go. We have added our first image, title, text there. Let's publish this bad boy. Little thing twirls, boom, published. There it says it was published on the website, and it gives you the time. Now, next video we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to configure the blog properly for your correct time zone, how to have an SEO friendly URLs We're also going to deep dive into how to add like categories, adding different pages, adding plugins and stuff like that. So tune in next time to odinspark.com, where we're going to go ahead and move into even more in depth. It's the part 2 to this series on installing your first WordPress blog, and it wouldn't be fair if I just showed you this without showing you your first post. So what you do is you click here, view the first post, and there it is. So tune in next time when we deep dive even more into how to run your very first WordPress blog.